Well, without a doubt, pop music and politics share the stage during the award ceremony, from outfits emblazoned with words like persist and numerous unflattering shout-outs to the US president. The political climate inside the auditorium was as heated as some of the acts on stage. So to talk more about this, I'm joined by Bernard Zuel, who's a senior music writer for the Sydney Morning Herald. Many thanks for joining us, Bernard. Now, I understand the Grammys are not overly known for getting political, but it does seem to be the theme generally across the award season this year. Talk us through your political highlights of this year's Grammys.
Well, I think A Tribe Called Quest's performance was the most strident and the strongest, but comments all the way through the performance, as you said, armbands with persist and references a little more subtle from people like Beyonce talking about how her album Lemonade was a way to show her children that they can be represented at the Grammys and at the Super Bowl or in the White House.
What kind of impact does celebrities and music stars specifically in this case, when they make political statements like this, what kind of impact does it have on mainstream culture, if anything?
It's hard to say whether they have any impact in terms of changing anything, but what it does is confirm for those who share the views that there is a mouthpiece for them, that there is a representation of their views out there, but also that there is resistance and that people with a platform are prepared to take a stance, which those of us who may not have the same level of access to the world media may have similar views but don't have the ability to make that point. And so the impact is more in terms of reinforcing the idea, but also keeping those concepts in front of the public eye, in front of both the political and the non-political parts of society, and saying these issues are there to be discussed.
And were you surprised by any of the awards? I mean, Beyonce, for one, was nominated for so many awards, but she only ended up with 2.
Well, the surprise, I guess, is tempered by the fact that this is the way the Grammys operate. Beyonce would have been the first black woman to win Best Album, and it's no coincidence that a black woman hasn't won before, because the Grammys have a history of resistance to strong individuals, to strong black individuals, and to strong black female individuals in particular. So that was no surprise in the end. She won a genre award, not one of the big awards, Song of the Year, Album of the Year. And so the idea that Adele made a better record is debatable, of course, because that's a matter of opinion. But Adele herself made the point that Lemonade, Beyonce album, was the defining album of last year, both for its musical and visual conceptualization, but also because of its position as a social commentary last year. Beyonce set the tone for a year of political activism in the arts and in music in particular, with her performance at the Super Bowl 2016, where she took a strong political stance and not only earned positive responses, but earned a lot of criticism from those on the right of American politics and media. But that in itself was a success, because, again, it put those concepts of Black Lives Matter and the strength of the black community under oppression, as they saw it in the US, in the public eye, and brought it to discussion on programs that would never have bothered to cover the issues.
Indeed. Okay, Bernard, I really appreciate you joining us today and your thoughts. Bernard Zuel, senior music writer for the Sydney Morning Herald.